Junction Season 1, sponsored by Oxys Project. Hi, hello, namaste, and a very warm welcome to another fresh episode of DD Startup Junction Season 1 in association with Oxys Projects. I'm sure you've been seeing ideas that we present to you. This is a platform which brings entrepreneurs on one side, venture capitalists, mentors on the other side, and then let's see how business happens and how we can all grow together. Having said that, there's a quote that really inspired me because that shows the sweat and blood of an entrepreneur, which has to be perceived, maintained, and also the passion and persistence is very important. 97% of people who give up or fail fast are employed by 3% of the startups which don't give up. On that note, I welcome all the jury members to the show. Dr. Shrikant Parsarthi, Group CFO at Chakra Venture Partners. A very warm welcome to you, sir. We have Shubhabrato Das, True Leap Ventures. He's the founder. We also have, welcome to you. We also have Dr. Shivaram Krishnan, who's from Medicate Ethos. He's the chair. Welcome to you, sir. We also have Kiran Shah from Yellow Sky. A warm welcome to you, sir. Let's welcome the first startup for today, Ishta Cafe. How many of us live to eat? Well, some of us say, I eat to live, and some of us feel that we live to eat. Whichever category we belong to, healthy eating is very important. Let's welcome Ishta Cafe onto the stage, please.
Hello all, my name is Vinay and I am the founder of Ishta Cafe. We make tasty and contemporary food out of ancient grains of India. Our concept revolves around customizable millet meal platters, wood fire oven pizzas, and the ready-to-eat snack called avlaki that are available in different flavors. We are probably the first ones to come up with this concept, and they are one of its kind. Problem that we have identified is the junk food. Many of us are aware that the junk food is the main reason for today's lifestyle diseases such as diabetes, BP, and obesity. Age, gender, no bar, these diseases are catching up at an alarming rate. And our survey states that India is going to be the diabetes capital of the world. Now, what is our solution? Our solution is we have combined the taste, trend, and the health in our food and designed some great recipes that are related by all generations and especially the youth. In short, we are trying to wean the youth of the junk food. And how are we going to do that? By using the millets and the heirloom grains into our food that are good for the planet and the body, that also help in sustainable farming, and above all, they improve the farmer's income. We are very happy to say that we have changed the eating habits of more than 1 lakh of people. Our business model comprises of 3-in-1 outlet, that is 2 live counters of the customizable millet meals or the millet platters, and wood-fired oven pizzas, and also we sell the ready-to-eat snack, that's avalakki. We are seeking a Series A fund of 2 crores rupees towards expansion and working capital, and we need help from the mentors for networking in corporates, and we will also need the mentoring to expand on a pan-India level. I would like to hand over a few packets of our products which we launched a couple of months back to the panelists.
Fantastic. That was definitely a nice pitch. Thank you so much. So let's go to our jury and listen to what they have to say. Dr. Shrikant.
How do you adapt to the change in the culinary taste of your users? Because you have a chief culinary officer who curates the taste of the users as such.
Yeah. So we have designed our recipes in such a way that we have given a combination of, let's say, it goes like 2 bases and like 7 toppings and then 12 extra toppings on that top of it. So that will have a permutation and combination of multiple user tastes.
And how do you ensure that the packets that you send out, which I feel that this is a major part of your overall sales as such, how do you ensure the freshness and reverse sales and so on and so forth of this?
So there are 2 things that we are talking about. One is the franchise outlet will have the fresh food business, and to whom we only manufacture the secret sauces, as I said, and they will have their own shelf life of 15 days. The sauces, and those will be mixed with the fresh vegetables, fresh whatever is made, and it is only just a general preparation. You don't have to require a very skilled chef to do that. For example, boiling the rice, you just have to boil the rice and mix it with our sauces, and that is how we are going to maintain the consistency over all the outlets. That is as far as the fresh food is concerned. Okay. As far as the avalakki is concerned, they are manufactured at the center, and through the distribution model, we are going to make sure that they reach as fast as possible in each
I have one last question. Who's your chief culinary officer? I'm so sorry.
Myself.
Okay. How qualified are you in this?
I don't have the qualification, but I have the passion to make it, and I have had a long history of cooking food and creating recipes.
Sensory, aspects of, what attracts, there is a combination of crunchiness, saltiness, yes, and sweet, which
so it all has come naturally to me by experience, and we've been in this business for 3 years already, which we are directly, experimenting with the customers. Okay. So we had a lot of use cases, and apart from that, we keep on conducting some exhibitions, and we just keep on making some experiments with the food and give it away to the people to taste.
Thank you so much, Vinay.
Thank you, Dr. Shrikant. Shubho?
What is your background? Like before 3 years, were you involved with the food industry?
No. So I'm a mechanical engineer by qualification, and I was the director of a MNC company here. 5 years back, I quit my job. Okay. Only to follow my passion, and okay, I did natural farming. So I actually grew millets in the farm. Okay. So I know what it takes to grow millets, what it takes to process them and then sell them. Okay. So when I started selling them in my own shop, I also had an organic shop. So I have come from a forward integration method. So when I try to sell them, many people were not aware what to do with the millets. So how to cook with them and all that.
And so what is the split of 1.3 CR revenue in retail and institutional?
So this product we introduced just last month, just about 1.5 months back. So most of that is coming from the fresh food business.
No, as in institutional and retail.
Institutional, so yeah. I mean, it's like 60% is institutional, 40% is retail.
Okay. So yeah, just one quick observation. I guess it's too early. You have been for 2 years in this space. So I was a bit confused, like what are you trying to raise funding for? Because there are 5 models that you just mentioned. One is the product, which will be fantastic if you want to launch it as a ready-to-eat FMCG product. The one is a cafe in itself, which is, I'm assuming it's a physical location where people are going and eating as a retail outlet. Then the distribution channel that you mentioned, that you want to kind of do, then the franchise model that you have mentioned. So there are too many things to focus on. Do you want to have a centralized kitchen and do it? Do you want to focus on the product? Do you want to kind of have your own cafe and kind of scale it into a franchise model?
So why
that
do
is
you want to
something that
have,
you have to, yeah.
why do you want to have experience center is only because not many people are aware of what we do on what our in general millets are. So we would like to give a taste of the food that is there as an experience center.
Thank you, Shubho. We'll go to our next panelist.
Hi,
yes,
Vinay.
Dr. Shivram.
Hi, Vinay.
Hi.
How you are planning your quality control for all your centralized kitchens?
So initially there is going to be only one, and we are going to continue with one, but that is sufficient.
What sort of standards?
So the quality standards, meaning like there will be quality checks, there will be people ensuring the all the hygiene standards and everything else. There will be.
So how about the shelf life of all your products?
We got them tested. They last for 2 months, and they have passed the test already.
2 months.
2 months, yes.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor. Kiran, do you have something to say?
The rest of the panelists have covered a lot, so I don't actually have a very specific question, but just based on literally some of my experiences with my own and others, I think you should really focus, as Shubrata was saying, on what exactly do you want. You will not get all of it. Whether you get the investment or don't get the investment, when you want, you're clearly looking to scale. So when you scale, what's the model and where will that investment go? I think it is something like this. I'm a little bit hesitant if I had to literally put in my own money, because it is so competitive. There is so much noise, I'd say. So first of all, even for a customer base to differentiate in that noise is actually through experience rather than depending on any advertisements or etc. Tasting the product ends up being the choice that the customer makes over a period of time. And scale brings in its own challenges around maintaining the quality of the kitchens, the quality of the output, and if the customer experience changes, the whole negative experience spreads out very fast. So I'd summarize by saying that you've got a business case. There's no doubt about that. You've got a product. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I've not tasted it, but I'm sure you have because of the turnover that you have. You have a client base. I don't think there's any doubt of that. But distribution and channels with the quality to be maintained, figuring out a model and executing on that is where you'll most probably find success.
Sure.
Thank you, Kiran. Thank you, panelists. And let's see the scores. Yes, Dr. Shrikant. It's a 6. Shubho. 6 again. Dr. Shivram. 7. Kiran. 7. Thank you so much and all the best. It's time to call the next startup, and this startup is working in the space of healthcare. Well, healthcare is a space where any amount of work you do, there is so much more to do. Let's listen to what they have to say. Please put your hands together to welcome Travelo.
Hello everyone, my name is Srinath Honavali. I'm the co-founder of Travelo, and this is my co-founder Dushman Kumar Pati. I would like to tell a story of my friend Ashutosh, who actually relocated to US a couple of years ago. His daughter Ria, 12 years old, had a health checkup in her school and was diagnosed with a vision loss on her left eye. Wow, that was a surprise for him and a shock. And what happened was his daughter's right eye was perfectly fine, whereas her left eye had a gradual vision loss. This could have been prevented if there was a regular health screening in her school in India. Do you believe that there are 2 crore such health problems in the school children of India? That's got us started of thinking, and then we said, how can we address this problem? It's a huge problem, and main thing that we looked at was whenever a kid goes to a doctor, he or she is always afraid of the injection or the prick. So we decided that all our screening will be non-invasive, zero prick. And can we also make this experience of the health checkup a little more enjoyable? That's when we said, let's have gamified apps to make the screening better. So now, as we just talked about, the children have preventable diseases like vision loss, hearing loss, and mental wellness issues of anxiety, depression, malnutrition, obesity are all very common these days. That brings us to our solution of Healthy Kid. What do? We actually go to school premises and do a health screening for both physical and mental wellness. The physical wellness includes the whole body checkup, your vision, hearing, and dentist. And we look at more than 40 plus parameters, and all of these records are maintained electronically. We do provide a parent app, so the parent can actually keep track of the records and also use it whenever they want. Health education also is equally important, and that is where we actually have health seminars for kids, parents, and the teachers, all the key stakeholders in the education system. The question is, who are we? So both of us, myself, Srinath, and Dushmant, are classmates, roommates, and now co-founders, and we come from NIT Trichy. I have done my executive education in healthcare from IIM Bangalore, and my friend Dushmant here has had a startup called Get My Medicine, which he sold a couple of years ago. And to back us up with the research, we have professors from top medical colleges providing us inputs on how to make this health screening reliable, accurate, as well as scientific. Now, what's our ask? So currently, we are looking at 90 lakhs investment at 14.5% equity for helping us in R&D, software development, and team building.
To me personally, the whole idea of an app for kids, I don't know, at that age, should we get them exposed to technology? I'm not sure, but let's listen to what the judges have to say. Yes, Kiran?
What is your per unit cost finally? You said you had a turnover of 3.5 lakhs, you said, over 5
Yes.
schools.
Yes.
So what is currently your per unit cost with respect to the service that you're delivering? Or per child cost is the way I'm
So
thinking
our
of
per unit cost is coming around 196 rupees to 228 rupees, depending on the package that is coming by.
Okay.
And we sell that unit, per unit charge when we charge to school, we charge anywhere between 250 to 350 and all the way till 850 because we have multiple packages in that range. So our base price starts from 250 and goes way all the up to 850 rupees. So
Okay.
our unit cost is 196 to 228 rupees.
Okay, and I think you spoke about breaking up, but that was my next question. Are you bundling this as a complete service? So what if somebody only wants a screening but doesn't want the consultation that you referred to, or are you just saying you have to take the whole package which includes both or maybe even more?
True. I think there are two factors that we are looking at. There are currently schools where there is no screening happening. We sell this whole thing as a package where they can take a silver package or a gold package or a platinum package.
Okay.
And silver package includes only the screening and the data being available. The gold package includes this plus counseling, guidance, and having the health talk that you talked about. And platinum package includes there are physical aspects of other things where physical fitness and other things where the sports related stuff. So those will be getting added. Barring that, there are schools where local doctors or even the hospitals, they come locally and then they screen, but they don't use any technology. So the data is getting lost. So we sell to those schools only the SaaS solution, that we will train these guys, doctors and health practitioners,
Got it.
and provide them the SaaS solution. And SaaS solution is currently priced at 150 rupees to 200 rupees.
Is it a business or is it a for-profit social entrepreneurship model?
So it's definitely a social enterprise in that, okay, we're actually impacting the society. That's one of the key ideas. And but obviously, the business has to be sustainable, and then that is, we are running it as a business, and we are currently focusing only on private schools. And once we scale up, once we have the heft, that maybe we can also have a CSR part of it and then go bigger. But right now, it is a purely for business model.
Okay,
Thank you. Doctor, coming from the medical industry, what do you have to say about this?
Duration for all your screening tests, how many times you do in a year?
We do once a year, but there are some schools who ask us to do it twice because we are monitoring their growth along with the health part of it. So some of the young kids who are growing, so we do 6 months basis. In fact, one of the schools asked us that we won't particularly do it twice, and then the price would be definitely, because they're negotiable, so it's enterprise to enterprise.
So with the
business.
duration and screening, what next?
So after screening, what we do is that we provide them the health report to the kids through the school and the teacher, and the app through which the parents can get all their health records and data being available. So we are coming up with probably in a year and a half the contextual advice, health guide for their children, particularly meant for them depending on the environment they're living in, depending on the location they are in, and the health issues they currently have or existing.
You have screening, you have everything fine, but without service, how you are going to predict and prevent it?
Okay, so I think this is where we made a very clear distinction. When we started with the school said, you guys are going to find the issues and then you will get the doctors, so you will charge us and then get the money from us. So you are going to find more number of issues just because you have a business need to do it, and that's when we decided that we are not going to be bringing our doctors to address the issue. Our doctors will only counsel and guide them that your child has got these issues, you need to go and consult a doctor of this type. Now you are free to go and do it. There are parents who don't, actually we have seen 2-3% of the parents, they are negligent and they don't do it, and that creates a problem, but then we don't want to enter into that business, so we get the doctor and solve that problem. So we guide them. That's our primary focus.
Perfect. Shubho?
I have two questions. So are you working directly with the schools and the schools are paying because it's channeling through the schools, or the parents are paying for the subscription?
It's a pure B2B model. We work with the school management, and then the school management then actually takes our service. As part of their annual fees, they add a health checkup fee in that, and then that is actually makes it easier in terms of our reachability and then things like that. Also, the total lifetime value also increases because a kid enters the LKG, is there in the school for almost 12 years. So that's also
and it also takes care of your cash flow because you're working directly. Like in terms of scalability, because it requires a lot of physical attention and you have to be there hands-on. And although you have an app, but that is only for reporting, but screening has to be
I think that is where I wanted to go back. So there are a couple of things that we are doing which is very unique, which is the gamified part that we talked about. And can we go back to the slide? So in fact, we have an app that we can showcase on our stuff. So this is one of the apps. Okay, so this is a color blindness app, which looks very simple. We have also audiometry app, and where headsets are being put and then that's being shown. So what happens is, we are looking at how we are unique. In fact, we have 4 competitors right now. I mean, starting from Address Health is one among them, to many of them, HealthSet Go second, and there are many of them. Okay, so what we are looking at is that this whole pipeline, because our business model allows us only to spend 3 to 5 minutes per kid, because we are covering 500 students over a period of 4 days to 4.5 days, keeping 4 doctors and technicians and health practitioners in the pipeline, and every kid we can maximum spend 5 minutes. Of course, the speed for the single kid it will look like as if he has spent 25 minutes, but on an average basis we need to spend 5 minutes, and that 5 minute has to be so precise and accurate. So our whole mantra is automation of the complete pipeline, from entering of the health screening start point to the exit point where the doctor finishes the screening and tells these are the issues or not. We have automated the complete thing, and the data is being captured as and when this is getting generated. Actually that is one of the key points that we wanted to highlight, is that we have seen, I mean, we started with manual, we have seen with manual, and no matter how much of practice and how much of attention being paid, 3 to 5% data errors happen because of the repetitive nature of the job. I mean, the technician who is sitting there doing height and weight, he will or she will make mistakes, and we have seen 2 to 3%, 5% cases. So right now we are building 3 things. One is complete automation of the pipeline. Second thing is that we are building automated devices which would help us, and for that we are working with some of the institutes, including our own institute, NIT Trichy, where professors are helping us. And the third thing is that the question that came is how the doctors we get, right? So we are building, that platform is not yet there. We are building a platform of ecosystem of healthcare practitioners, which is doctors, nurses, and technicians who would be trained by us through the various technical means, and use our platform so that automation doesn't get any hindrance in the whole pipeline. So our target is reaching 5 minutes. In fact, we are looking at delivering the health report within 3 days' time. Right now, it takes anywhere between 15 to 18 days. And we think with the complete automation and the doctor panel being on the stuff, we can do it in 3 days. In fact, our end objective in probably 5 years' time is that next day itself, it should be available at their phone.
Fantastic. A quick and a last question from Dr.
Yes, I would start off by agreeing with my co-panelists over here that you have great credibility in this particular sector. But I'll also start off by saying, I'll have to quote one anecdote. I'm a father to a child. And recently he underwent a particular initiative from the school, which was sponsored by a large hospital chain, which was completely free. We were not charged. And the hospital chain basically brought in pediatricians and checked, gave us a vital score, and it went back to the hospital as such. So the question which I have for you is, the doctors that you have on board, are they general practitioners or are they pediatricians?
Okay, so what we do is we get general practitioners to do the health screening. I mean, again, given our healthcare system and then the paucity of doctors, so we focus on general practitioners to come and do the first level of screening. And the counseling that we talked about is when we bring the pediatrician, the psychiatrist, and whoever that is required.
How comfortable would I be as a parent to have a general practitioner to actually look at my child? Instead of that, I would rather prefer a large hospital chain which specializes in pediatrics to have a look at my child and then branch out to a specific sector or a specific vertical in terms of pediatric care. For example, my son had some respiratory issues which were referred to a pediatric pulmonologist. So how do you address that? So when you say your competition is just 4 people, your competition is not 4. Your competition is actually the large hospital chain which actually do free of cost.
Yes.
Right?
Fantastic. So, I think I'll cut that there, and I'm sure all of these inputs will help you go back to your storyboard and rethink and innovate some more and address these issues. Thank you so much. Are we ready to see the scores?
Yep.
Okay, Dr. Shrikant, that's a 7.5. Thank you. Shubho, 8. Thank you so much. Dr. Shivram Krishna, 6. Thank you. And a 7 again. Thank you so much. All the best. Congratulations. That was definitely a nice pitch.
Thank you.
Thank you. I have a few questions for the panelists, because when we hear people telling the company got sold or taken over, panelists, I would like to ask, we've all heard about the idiom, men may come but men may go, but company goes on forever and ever. What is the right type, or when is it right time to sell a company? Or how long should an entrepreneur hold back to his company as his brainchild and keep close to him? Or when should he let it go?
I've been in the M&A industry for quite some time to actually comment on this. So with the permission of the co-panelists, I may
Please go ahead.
start off. I'll tell you when it's not the right time. When you're having cash issues, when you're having working capital issues, that's absolutely not the right time to actually sell out. Mm-hmm. The right time to actually sell out is actually when you want to continue with the organization and you want to make the organization into a bigger organization and you need funds for growth. So you may not want to sell out the company as such, but you may want to dabble around with the idea of infusing capital through diluting a part of the company. But one general advice that I give to my startups, to the whole startup community or any SME community is, don't go out looking for funds or looking for a buyout when you are in distress. That is exactly the worst point that you're going to be selling out the company as such.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I'm sure a lot of them would be benefited with this tippy tip for the day. That brings us to the end of the episode. Do not forget to vote for your favorite startup. You know our number, 94494 76539. That's our number. See you tomorrow. Good night.